It starts with you walked in, no greeting. You sat down, no permission to sit. Right?
And I asked him, so I thought.
Yeah, you asked me to come in.
If I would come in.
Then you came in, but before sitting, you should say whether I should sit.
Alright. Okay. When you started and say something about yourself, you started with your name. You went on to your, qualification. You said that I wanted to be in the best institute, and the paraphrasing that you did of your sentence, it came out like I did not want to do mining, but because I wanted to join IIT, I just compromised on it.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? So you should have given a little more justification there. I mean, if you compromised on mining, although I compromised on mining, I gained this something there, because it looked like.
I told you, I gained the international exposure. I wanted to gain the international exposure and the brand name of IITs.
So one line justifying that move. In that thing, there was no justification.
Okay.
I was getting this here. I had to make a choice between computer science here and mining here, but I picked mining because this and this happened, and plus it was IIT. So that makes it more like a rational decision than saying that I'm sorry I had to join because I wanted to join IIT. That is what it came across as. Okay, structure it there. Then after that you just stopped. It did not look like a conclusion. Just because we were quiet, you continued one more line. You know, when you were explaining yourself.
It happened like that. You weren't interested in you were interested in hearing the long story. Maybe, actually, this question that changing up to yourself, it puzzles me like that. I have to look in the face of the interviewer to know if he's interested at all in.
No, see, tell me something about yourself is a question that will be asked in 80% interviews. Okay, because that gives the interviewer a complete idea of what you are, etc., and what clues to take from there and ask you further questions. This is an opportunity for you to direct the next questions. Okay, you should be thoroughly prepared for this question. Other thing is, you stop somewhere in between. Okay, you're looking at me whether I'm going to say a question or something like that.
I was just
now. Sometimes silence is used by the interviewer as a testing tool. I will be silent just looking at you. That is just to build some stress inside you, to see how you react. If I ask you something about your work experience, I am not interested in knowing that I work from here to here at this designation. That is all fine. That is something that is there on the CV. You can tell it to me. But additionally, what I want to know from you is what learning did you get out of that process? You spent 4 years in IIT.
A personal touch.
That's great. But what were your learnings from IIT? You can say that I competed with the best of the talent across the country, which is a great statement, isn't it? You have consistently ranked first in your department, which is a great achievement. And you need to expound on that point.
Just written in the CV now. So I don't want to read it.
If that was the case, then you started with my name is. That's also written in the CV. More or less, you would be covering what is written in the CV. What Manish is trying to say is add a little personal touch. When I did I had two choices when I had to pick my engineering, this and this. I picked this because this and this. When I picked this, it was not like a compromise, because although I had picked a subject which was my second choice, I consistently fared well for 4 years and came first throughout. And this experience helped me pick my favorite subject, which is operation research. I mean, I'm just summarizing again what you said, but I could have done it, as if I'm telling you a story which I am interested in listening. You have to create that interest because it's your story, right? If you start narrating without, connecting events, then it's like I did my MBA from here to here, then I did my work experience from here to here, then I was working as this in Bombay, then I was working here in Delhi.
You can tell all that, of course, but simultaneously
connected together.
Tell that what did I learn from these things? In the sense, I spent 4 years in IIT. I can see that from your CV. You can repeat that. That is fine. But moreover, what did I learn from my 4 years in IIT? What did I learn from my work experience? What that will do, see, it's like taking the conversation to a higher level.
Second thing that you said was your favorite subject is operation research. When I asked you why operation research, so you said, actually, I have done only 2 courses, so I cannot say completely why, but then you gave a justification. That's not, preferably that's not how you should start. Give the justification and say that these are my reasons, but I'm sure that I will gain more knowledge about it because I have done 2 courses. If you want to add a disclaimer, disclaimer should be at the end, right? That's technically how it should. You should not start with the disclaimer, huh? Um, and one good thing that you did was, he said, why have you changed your preferences? So that was a very nice line, the way you put it. I haven't changed my preference, I have been adding preference throughout. So that was a good answer. So, I mean, you might want to use this line when you're, because you have shifted quite a bit in your preference, right? And when I asked you about 5 years, where do you see yourself? What you discussed was a very short-term thing, that I am interested in quant. Where in quant? In 5 years, what in quant? Right? Show a vision. Show us some dream there. Like if somebody had to ask me, I mean, when I was doing my MBA, interviewing for CAT, where do you see yourself? I want to gain experience in the field of HR for the first 2 years, work somewhere, and after 2-3 years, I wanted to start my own firm. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I'm showing you a way forward for me in 5 years. It looks, I mean, it may or may not look achievable. It's a dream.
But what if I don't have any interest in entrepreneurship and I just
No, you don't have to
follow my technical and analytical
Exactly. So you could have said that. You just said that I want to get into quant and analysis. In 5 years getting into quant and analysis, you'll get a job tomorrow after you complete your MBA. The first job you get, it could be a quant analysis job.
Yeah.
Nothing is stopping you, right? So is that your dream? After 5 years you will be there?
I want to go to the position of quant. There is a quant analyst and position of quant are very different. It's an position which is achieved after
No, you don't have to.
in the industry. Well, this position enables you to find to just model the derivatives and other things which other people may use. That's a very high position.
So this explanation that you're giving right now should have come there, right?
See, there are certain questions which act as googlies. For example, this is a question: where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Then questions like, why should we select you? We didn't ask that question, but why should we select you? It's a googly. You might be caught completely unaware by it if you're not prepared for it. So you should know these questions which may be asked. For example, question like, give us an incident where you were put to tremendous stress and how did you respond to it? You may not remember it at that time if you have not prepared for it. Okay. Now, for these questions, you need to prepare sound answers. Right now, the answer that you gave her was a one-sentence answer. I want to do something in quant. Something like that you said, isn't it? Now, what we would appreciate, see, all of us appreciate that we don't know what we'll be doing 5
After
years from
5
now.
years.
Okay. But if we have two guys and one of them has a clear vision of what he wants to do in future, and the other guy just has a blurred vision, not a clear vision, then we'll get more impressed by the person who has a clear vision. There are certain do's and don'ts of the answer. So, though you are not clear about what you want to do 5 years from now, which is perfectly fine, if you say so, it won't impress the panelist. So, at least whatever vision you have, try to make it more clear. It's not necessary that you stick to that vision in the future, but that will leave a good impression on the panelists. And we are actually happy with your interview. Okay, we are happy with your answers. The only thing we are saying is that you are right now at 80%. Try to go to 90%. So, her feedback might be sounding little depressing to you, but
not depressing, it's very entertaining.
It's the other way around.
It's very interesting.
The answers that you gave were very logical. They were good answers. All that we are saying right now is that your answers were ending in 1 or 2 sentences, and we had to ask you further to get the reasoning behind it.
I need to defend this point because it had been like that. We have been taught in our college to give just objective answers.
That is technical side actually. Here it's about personal interview and
why you think what you think more.
Probably, I mean, see, what you're taught in college, I can't comment on that. Probably because it was technical. But here at least this particular rule will apply. That I would like to know the reasoning, because I am giving you an opportunity. In GD, you don't get opportunity. In PI, you get opportunity. You can sell yourself. You should speak most of the time rather than we speak. So speak as much and speak logically